Mm. All right. Oh man, I'm tired. But we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. Let me get my stuff set up. Running today, running. I knew it. All right. It's on now. Oh, I forgot to make no graphic. I forgot everything. I'm sorry, party people. I forgot everything. I forgot everything. All right. Okay. All right. There we go. What's going on, party people? I think we good to go. I think we live and in effect. Ooh wee! I tell you, bro, man, was ripping and running today. This was a rough one. Hey, what's going on now? This time turn the sound on. What's going on? Oh, take my socks off. And if you're a channel member, look on the community tab. There's a link there if y'all want to hop on and ask some questions. Oh, let me close this door. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Oh. I mean, I'm literally just walking straight in the house and hopping on here. Um, I had a feeling with the way things was going, I wasn't gonna have time to get stuff straight and squared away and like I wanted to, but that's the business, y'all. That is the business and everything. So I appreciate y'all coming on. I know you got the Olympic stuff popping right now. That's what the wife doing. She over there looking at the Olympics. Um, just opening ceremonies and stuff. I ain't never been into that. Even as a kid, my parents used to make me look at it. They used to make me look at all that stuff, so I'm familiar with it and all that good stuff. What's going on, Smokey IT? What's going on, Caprinis? Angela? What a crazy day over here in Southern California. My first force signing day day on number 2 right now. That's right. You still, ooh, you got a late because it's like 6 something, and that's just number 2. Man, you gonna be popping late tonight. You gonna be popping late, but that's good, man. I'm glad you getting to the point of doing more and more closings. That is excellent. I'm serious. That is excellent. Remember I told y'all I wanted 4 more, and I think I hit it. I gotta find my. I keep losing my numbers. I keep writing down the number of orders that. Okay, here they go. So let me check, cause right now I was at 76 when I went to bed last night. Really was this morning because y'all know how late I be up and stuff. What's going on, Dorinda? Good to see you. Wanda, Donna, good to see you. All right, so did I squeeze anything else in here? Let me check. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so 21 for the end of this week. Got one more tomorrow. And then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Woo! What's amazing about that, that's 13 between Sunday and the 31st. So in 4 days, that's 13. Um, So I had to squinch it down, protect people's privacy and all that. But these blue, that's my orders. I got this one down here. This is a floater, so it could actually end up being earlier in the day. Don't know yet. I'm waiting on the gentleman, but you're talking about what? That's 4, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 in 4 days. That's good. That is really, really, really good. So what the numbers show is like I did 8 that first week, and 18, and 22, and 21, and 13. All right, I'm at 82. Okay. I think that's what I did last month. So, of course, the way I am, I will push it because I'm looking at these gaps of times. Um, this is 8 a.m. So I got some gaps of time here that I'll be like, yeah, I can squeeze another one here, one there, maybe one or two here, something early in the morning. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. If I gotta hop, get some more in there, I will squeeze as many as I can. And the reason why is because sometimes, you have those scenarios where people be like, oh yeah, and then they cancel on you. Because I've already had one reschedule from Monday to Tuesday. So things like that can happen, and you just got to be mindful of them and everything. So how's everybody else? How y'all week been? Um, has everything been good with y'all? How y'all come along with getting into the flow of things? Um, because each person, of course, is always different. So, have you found your groove, or feel like you're getting better or more confident to just go out here and do these orders? I've had some weird stuff. I made a mistake. I got to go fix somehow. I missed two signatures from a couple of days ago. The only thing I can think of, oh, that's my son's. The only thing I can think of is that more than likely the papers got stuck to a paper clip, because our paper clip, stuff, and like this, and probably show up better. Our paper clip stuff, and maybe the papers got stuck like that, and I didn't realize it. So, but nonetheless, I got to go get that fixed tomorrow morning. So I get that done, and I'll scan back to them and everything. They've been busy in Boston for 5 days. Okay, yeah. So it's been popping, and I thought it was going to be slow this month, but it ended up being very, very, very busy. And I'm talking about, I mean, like I said, I was, man, so many orders come through signature closes, but somebody always beating me to them, so I don't never get a chance to get them. So you know, so thanks for hitting the like button. Hit the like, please. Everybody in here, hit the like button so that the notifications will go out, because you know how YouTube is. They don't be wanting to, let people know um and stuff, and then folk be missing out and stuff. And YouTube operates on people hitting the likes, so hit the like button. And if you feel free to share it on your social media or what have you, because I'm also going to put out the training information uh, for people who want to sign up for that. I'm excited about it, to be honest with you. I really am excited about the training. I am so excited about it, because this is going to be some really, really good training. It's going to really get down into the nitty gritty. It's going to help you get to where you want to be and need to be with this business, because it's covering things that nobody else is actually covering. You're going to do, hold on. Like I got sample documents here. You're going to do the whole thing. This is the reverse mortgage app. This is one example. You're going to do the whole thing. This isn't the type of mock signing where you just do a couple of pages, or just what they call the critical pages. No, you're going to be able to flow. You're going to learn how to flow through everything. And I understand people are not in my area, so you can't, come. But for those in the, I guess, the DMV area, North Carolina, if you want to come, come. There's just no way this could be done online, because you're actually going to be doing the mock signing. You're going to be challenged. You're going to have things put in there that's going to trip you up, and cause you to check your reaction and make sure you're doing stuff right. So that's the whole goal of it, is to make sure that you're fully comfortable with doing the closings. Now, however, if you, as I said earlier, if you just look at the videos I put out, they should help you move in the right direction to where you're comfortable with doing the notarizations. And again, what people get hung up at is they're stuck on trying to be the document explainer, rather than making sure that they do things correctly in accordance with their state law. So that's really where this is at. That's where I'm going to help y'all at, and just make sure that y'all are doing what y'all need to do. Hold on one second. I need to do that. All right. And all of that. So I appreciate everybody who's interested in coming. I'll put the information out in just a second. So as always, y'all know I'm down with answering your questions, because I know some of you, and I think, yeah, Claude, I saw you in there. My bad, man. Didn't get a chance to get to you. But this business is very, very easy and simple for most people. And I know what people are looking for. They say, I just want to know how to make money. So as I've been talking with different people, signing company owners alike, the way you make money is really just being available. I recently talked to a signing company owner, and oh my goodness, that young lady, I'm gonna get her on. I didn't have a chance to get her here tonight, but I'm going to get her on either next week or the week after, and let her share her story like Marcy did. Um, she was sharing stories with me about how notaries that she's asking to do closings, she send a notification out. And you know what the notaries are doing? Oh, give me more money. So she'll send an order out for 75. They're asking for $5 or $10 more. And she's like, just do the order, and they won't. And this is what notaries are doing. And this is what's going on in those Facebook groups. It's like, no, you got to pay me more. And it's like, well, how much more? Because like she said, they're paying the notary more than what they're actually making. They might make 25 off the order. They might be paying you 65 or 75. Like Marcy said, she makes 25% off of every order and gives 75% to the notary. So they're working off of volume. And we're playing around, and we're being money hungry and thinking that every order has to be the creme de la creme, and that we need to be making this big, big dollar amount to justify us even doing it. And as I was sharing on Clubhouse a couple of days ago, and the realtors were saying how, the work that they're doing, do y'all realize the lender, the title company, and the realtors, they're working their butts off to get these deals done. And then the notary just comes in. We just sitting here chilling, and a notification comes in. We like, oh yeah, I guess I'll go do that. And we haven't talked to anybody. We haven't shown a house. We haven't put no paperwork together. We haven't, for as the loan, and made sure people got their stuff straight. All we're doing is just printing a set of documents and going. And for some reason, people have a what is it, affinity to, I guess that's the right word, to printing. Like, I shouldn't have to print. I should just walk in there. You should have everything laid out, and I'll just go. And because of that, people say, you need to pay me more. I got to print. I got to walk. I got to sit down. I got to show up. You need to pay me for all of that. And this ain't that kind of business. So Dorinda says, getting more comfortable and confident, but roadblocks keep popping up. I see the increase in orders, so that excites me. I owe you a text. My last sign was 198 pages. Yay. Love Marcy's video. Yeah. And a young lady today told me she's getting back into the business. And guess what? She said she's been getting orders left and right. She's getting orders from your people up there, Angela. She's up there in the Maryland area. You know who? Don't say their name, but you know who. Getting orders from them, and so she's doing great, and the orders are coming in, and she's like, I got to get back out here. So there's people like there's work to be done out here. There is work out here for us to do. We just got to get out here and do it. So, can somebody please tell me one or two things that's holding you up? Share with me in the chat one or two things that is holding you up, and then maybe I can help you out tonight. Because I don't do this just to hear myself talk. I also like to interact with people and hear what y'all got to say and help y'all out. So, what do you feel that is a hindrance to you moving forward? And it don't matter what it is. It's not like it has to be this. It could be whatever. You know what I'm saying? It could be whatever. Some people they have a hindrance of their family. Some people don't want to move forward unless they have the full support of their family. And I had to learn to get over that. I used to always want my wife and my sons to like, yeah, yeah, dad, go. I just had to go. And I had a talk with everybody, my family, and I told them, I said, I forgot what part of Maryland she said. Yeah, I don't know. And she does a lot of stuff with direct too, but she's trying to sign the company stuff, and she's been getting orders from your favorite people up there and everything, and been frustrating her all the requirements just to do an order. She's like, this is just too much. And she has a lot of years. I think she got maybe 15 or more years in the business. So she got some experience and stuff. But I forgot what I was saying. Daggone it. Y'all know how I be doing. So, oh, yeah, some people need their family to support them and they won't move unless they have that. And I was in that same situation and I was like, I had to have a conversation with the family. I said, you know what? I know what I need to do. I know how to do it. I'm just gonna go do it. Either y'all on board or you're not. But whether you are or aren't, I'm gonna do what I know that's best for this family and hope that y'all will support me in it. Deuces. And I started doing what I needed to do. And it has panned out. It has really panned out. So sometimes we just have to step out there and we want things to be just right on time. I would like to keep cracking around. We want everything all stacked nice and neat and cellophane like these crackers. But sometimes things are just all over the place. But you have it within you to move forward in this business and to make it happen. And I'm hoping that you will go ahead on and start doing that. And we don't want negative. We don't want family saying no and this, that, and the other. But sometimes you gotta hear that no, because sometimes it'll help move you forward. Some man said, logistics, I don't get many offers near me, and the ones I get are spread all over the place. Yeah, I got one Sunday that's an hour and 44-minute drive one way. Yeah. Um, I'm way out there. I'm way out there. What is that? Place called Topping, Virginia. Um, so yeah, logistics. Oh man. So this is where I got to go where this little dot is. And where I live at is down here where this star is. I live down here. That's me. I live down here. I got to go all the way over there. Hour and 44 minutes. So when you say logistics, I know like today was a logistics nightmare for me to go do a signing, then come back and print, go do it, come back, scan, all of that. My last two, I ended up going to the Starbucks, scanning those, getting those uploaded. They said everything was good to go. I was like, all right, cool. Unfortunately, sometimes your logistics are going to be messed up for a little bit. And the thing that I found is that it's not always every single day. Could be. However, what I've also learned is that people who live in more rural areas tend to be inundated or suffering more logistical issues than people in the metro area. If that's the case for you. And as I always said, it could simply be that a lot of people just aren't doing any kind of movements on their mortgage right now because they're like, I don't want to. I'm good. But the people who are doing movement on their mortgage and trying to make something happen is over there. So now, and I've always said, so now you got to make that decision as to are you willing to go travel? I normally don't go over there, but this is a Sunday. I don't have anything else to do. The wife's going to be doing her thing. The kids going to be doing their thing. My sons. So I'm like, I'm gonna go do it. It's paying good, paying real good. So I'm like, let me go do it and give that a shot. So that's what I'm looking at doing. But the logistics, yes, you can have stuff, and for everybody spread all over is different. For me, that's spread all over. If I have to go over here, this is anything over this side of the water, and over here, it's spread all over. But then in this area here, not so much for me because most of the time I can get this is like four or five, four. You got Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Portsmouth, Chesapeake, Suffolk. So you got four cities right here on this map. Okay, four main cities over here on this map. Sometimes I got to go over here. Well, I don't have to go, but sometimes orders come up for over here. I'm a little leery about doing that because of the logistics of other work that I got. But the thing is, when I don't have a whole lot of work, if I don't have a whole lot of work, I will there we go. If I don't have a whole lot of work, then I'll take those longer distance orders, and it'll just be a time for me to meditate and think and reflect on stuff and go make something happen. You said the good offers in the city gets correct. Because, and again, the reason why that can be happening is because a lot of the companies know who they want. So, like in my area, orders come in and it's like I get them. So it's like one particular company. When the order comes in, I already know that if I respond back yes, there's a 99% chance I'm going to get that order. I already know. I already know I'm going to get it. I'm trying to look. Yep, I'm just checking to see. Yep, I got one that's the 31st at 11 a.m. So if that company sends me an order, I already know I'm going to get it, and their orders pay good over a C note. Okay, so and even those who just pay a C note, I'm good with, but I know I'm gonna get it. So that makes it hard for other people, but you still have to just keep trying. You still got to keep trying. Case in point, signature closers. I get hardly anything. I see the notifications, but they're gone. However, if the order is far out or at a time of day that nobody else would want to do it, guess what? I get those orders. Or if the fee is low, like $50 or 65, most people don't want to mess with those. So I grab those up and I'm good. I'm like, all right, cool. I go do it and make my money. The people who I'm working for, they're just as appreciative of me doing it at 65 or 50 as somebody doing it for 125. They're just appreciative that somebody took the order and went to go do it. And I'm happy with that, and they're happy with that. So, do I get signature closers? Yeah. Do I get the big ones that I want? No. But I take what I can and move forward. Now, I do know this when people have other things going on, um, it can make it very, very, very difficult for them. It can make it be, and the reason why I say it can be very difficult for them is because they're trying to pull this thing up. It can be very difficult for them because they got other things going on. And that's what I was trying to share today. because I had those 4 house inspections, I was rolling trying to get them. Fortunately, 3 of them was in Virginia Beach. Even more fortunate was that one of the ones in Virginia Beach was 5 minutes or so. Yeah, about 5 minutes from my 5 o'clock appointment. What was my 5 o'clock? Was it a 5 o'clock appointment? Whatever time it was today. Um, today. What time was that? Yeah, 5 o'clock. I had a 5 o'clock closing, and pull these together. I had a 5 o'clock closing, and my house inspection was right down the street from it. So that was great for me. That was great. I was like, okay, wonderful. I said, this is excellent. So I went, did the house inspection, went, did the closing. Then I went, scanned, and then I hit the road and I knocked out 3 more in like an hour and a half or so. Went and got them all done. And I had to come home and deposit a check mobile so I could get some money in the bank account that came in and not wait till Monday. So I shot home, did that, and by 8:14 I was done. So I did my scans around 6. I was on the road back home to get these that check deposited and stuff at 6:20. By 8:15 I was done. For the most part, 8:14, 8:15 went on to do. And I was going all over the place. It wasn't little close places. It was like I was all over, got them all done, and everything just flowed. You know what I'm saying? So these are things that you sort of have to do, and that's why. Oh, I saw you. You got back in when you get a moment, and that's why you have to. You got to be really, really, really mindful of how much you're taking on. Um, what's going on, my man, Leo? And that's why I know the person today asked the question about how many orders do I need per month in order to let the other stuff go. It's really like I said in the follow-up video, it's all about how quick they're gonna pay me. The quicker if they pay me more consistently, like 30 days or so, then yeah, I actually could let a lot of that other stuff I'm doing go. But if they're not gonna pay me and they're gonna wait and delay, I gotta do something to keep money to have money coming in. So that's why I do all of the other stuff and everything. So it says, "Hey, Greg, are they sending duplicate, triplicate instructions?" Oh, they are sending. Part of my challenge is needing my full-time job, updating my description in Word, my hindrances as asset. Okay. Updating my description, I guess your profile to Word. Oh, updating my description to Word, my hindrances as an asset. Um, my brain be burnt on me. So needing the full, okay, so they are sending duplicate. Yeah, they are. And the reason why is because notaries just aren't following instructions. They're just doing their own thing. And that's why I can't wait to get Angel on. She's going to really break all that down because that's what she's dealing with. But yeah, a lot of people are just doing whatever the heck they want to do. And the signing company, what they're doing is to cover themselves. They're putting extra instructions in there so you can't say, "Oh, I didn't know." No, I'm emailing it to you. I'm putting it in the loan packet, and I'm having it in the order and all that. I'm having it everywhere. So that's why you'll see various very things of instruction. I mean, instructions, and you will also have to initial each one and sign it and send it back, saying that you saw all of that. So that's what they're doing to protect themselves. And I honestly don't blame them. I really, really, and truly don't blame them whatsoever. So here's the link, and I'll show y'all with the training and go over the training again. For those of you who didn't have a chance to look at that video, so send y'all 2 links. They're pretty much the same. That's the square link. I should have. I can't even edit it now. Old age kicked in on that one. And then And then that's the website. And I'm gonna show y'all the website. Here we go. Oh, stomach growling. Maybe I need to eat something. So again, with this here training, what I'm looking to do is in-person small group. And like I said, the training is designed to build your confidence in preparing and conducting a loan closing. Got that spelled wrong. I gotta fix that. The verbiage. Conducting. I'm gonna just change that to in conducting all types of loan closings, and each person will have an opportunity to conduct two mock signings, loan closings, and ask questions. You can ask questions throughout. Profile. Gotcha. If you free this weekend, hit me up and we can talk about that. You got my number, so hit me up and we can talk about that profile. Heck, if you want to talk to me about the profile while I'm driving out there, because I got to be out there at 11 o'clock on Sunday. So between, why are you growling on me? Well, so between about 9 o'clock, I'm gonna be on the road. Well, actually before then, probably about 8:30, going over there. So if you want to hit me up, um, let me know. So the main thing, this is not the main thing, but here's one of the things that I'm doing as a bonus, and I always wanted to do this. I'm adding in videoing you doing the mock signing. At least one of the mock signings you're doing, preferably both, but I'm gonna video it. And see, this is the reason why I gotta have 5 people, gotta have a small class, because when you start having 20, 30, 40 people, even 8 people, it's hard to get to everybody. And then you people feel rushed. So what we're going to be going over is getting orders from signing companies, because I found out that some people are not even signed up with signing companies. So make sure you signed up. I'm gonna be, show you how to sign up, all of that good stuff. Understanding how to download and save the documents, that is a huge issue because a lot of people are messing that up. They don't know how to download and save documents. Retrieving the documents for printing. People download them and then they lose them. They're like, I don't know where they at. Printing the documents, prepping the documents, then conducting the loan closing, dealing with issues at the closing, and then scanning and uploading the documents. And I got everything set up to where you can actually going to be able to practice scanning and uploading the documents. So I'm pumped about this. So everybody's going to have an opportunity to practice that. It may be somebody while you're doing the loan closing, the other person will be working on prepping the documents and things of that nature. And a person might be practicing scanning. You see what I'm saying? Because I have documents that way you can just practice to scan so you can get a feel for it. So if you want to bring your laptop, if you have a laptop, you want to bring your laptop, feel free to do that. Bring your laptop. And if you interested, you just click the buy now. Where we're going to be at is with my man Rob, my tax guy. At his location, he moved into a new office space. I meant to take some pictures of the room so people can see. Maybe later this week, or sometime this week, I'll swing over there and do that. But he bought, and I bought. He has a new place, and it's very, very, very nice. I mean, very nice. I think this is the best looking place out of all the places that he's had. And he got plenty of room. And one of the things I love about him is that he always has a conference room for training and things of that nature. So his wife, she does a lot of training, business management, things of that nature. So it's set up very, very nice. And that was my goal originally when I was doing the training, was to move into using his facility because I wanted to get into doing this. And then this is if there's a straight square link to it and everything. So 5 seat, 5 person limit. And this is a part of my art of notarization brand, stamping the right way. Because if you understand how to do this thing correctly, I'm telling you, the money is there. The money is there. And keep this in mind. Please keep this in mind. I'm training you as a person who's actually doing closings. Okay, let me come back to y'all for a second. I'm training you as a person who's actually out here doing them. And I'm not doing this as a way to make money for myself. Okay. This is about helping y'all. The cost is 150 because that's going to cover the supplies and the paper and everything. Because I got my, my son told me I can use his printer, so I'm gonna use his printer and scanner and all of that stuff. So we're gonna have everything set up, refreshments, all of that for you. Printing mock documents for everybody, for you to use, and whatever documents you practice on, you'll be able to keep those. And I got some other stuff that I'm going to be doing for y'all. So the whole goal is to get you set to where you can do like I'm doing, go out here and make money doing these closings, because that's the goal. So let's forget about all of this 15 streams of income thing, and let's focus on getting this one stream straight. Because if you can get this straight, then that takes a load off of you to where you can do other things. But you can't be doing other things if the main thing that you really wanted to do was the loan closing or just notary work in general. And that's one of the things we're going to also be working on, is just understanding how, just to make sure you know how to notarize. So those who sign up, we will get together prior to do to go over the notarization aspect of it, making sure you're squared away with that. Because when you have all that together, then you have companies who will send out orders, but they won't select anybody until you say yay or nay. That's what you want. And the way you get there is working with me, because guess what? If I have it like that, and I'm training you and you listen to the things that I'm sharing, there's no reason why you can't, except for you being scared and you just like, you know what, I'm not gonna do it. Or you just won't commit and you just won't follow through. But if you are that kind of person that will commit and that's dedicated and that's determined, there's no reason why you can't make this thing happen. So and I knew I forgot something. Any questions about the training? Even now, if you got any questions at all, feel free to ask. So if you're interested in, if you can't make this, because a couple of people already contacted me and said they wouldn't be able to do this, I just had to pick a date and time. What I would like to do going forward is finding out whether or not, well, I want to hear from y'all what days y'all are available for us weekends. At least Saturdays right now. I got to find out from them whether they'll let me do Sundays. But and that there is, there we go. The waiting list, just email me if you want to be on the waiting list. And when you email me, just put training, and then and all you gotta do is just say you're basically you already know you're interested because you're emailing me, and the dates and the time period that you want, because it's gonna take about 5 hours. And it just, you can give me a couple of different dates and stuff, because everybody got a lot of stuff going on, and y'all just tell me what works best for y'all, and then I'm gonna try to figure something out. And yes, I will work with just one person, and I did that with my other training. If there's one person show up, I would just work with you. So it's not that I have to have five. I just can't have more than five. And then if you want to be on a waiting list, and then if I find out that somebody is not going to show, I will let you know and give you first dibs on hopping on it. So that's how I do. I want to give everybody an opportunity to get out there. Um, so any questions, any thoughts, any observations about this? And would I like to take this on the road? I'm not gonna lie to you. Yes, I would. And I know how to. My biggest concern is somebody saying, "Hey, Griff, come up here to do it," and then we go there, we get a hotel room, we're ready to go, and then nobody shows up. And I've heard of other notaries saying they've been doing training and trying to do, and they'll fly all the way out to another state, and then they get there and nobody shows. And then the people who paid, they're like, "Oh, I want my money back now." And so I'm a little concerned about going down that road and everything, but I do want to find a way to expand this out and help others. And I know that some people do need the in person. So I'm willing to do that and help y'all out. I just got to make sure that it's not going to be embarrassing for the person who will put that on and everything. So yeah, and there's ways I can do this without the printing and the scanning and all of that, because there may be groups of people who already got that stuff down pat and they just need help with going through the loan closings and being tried and tested with that. You see what I'm saying? So with the loan, with this, you're gonna be stamping, actual stamping, y'all got I got a little small notary stamp, signing, everything, the whole kit and caboodle, start to finish, loan closing. And you're gonna be pressed, as soon as you come in, it's go. We're not gonna be getting into all the pleasantries. Hey, I'm Alicia from Maryland. I'm Tommy, from where? Nah, it's okay. We'll dap it up at the end. Come in, sit down, boom, let's go. Because you got to be at a point to where you can rock and roll. It's easy to be in this business when people tell you about things 5, 6 days ahead of time. But you got to be able to come in here and get called on at the last minute and make this thing happen. Because you have situation where notaries, they get in car accidents, something happened, and then all of a sudden they drop. They're like, no, I can't do it. I got to go. Something came up, whatever. Or there just might be a thing of, hey, the guy's laid over in Norfolk, Virginia, or Houston, Texas, at the airport down there in Atlanta, and they're not going to make it back home. So we'll get a notary. Case in point, twice this week, orders came in. I took them. I was like, whoo, one of them was signature closers. I got it, and I was all pumped. And guess what? Oh, the guy was like, no, I'm down in Louisiana. Matter of fact, 3 orders, because one guy called, it was for an estate planning. He was like, oh, man, I'm in Africa. I'm like, huh? He's like, yeah, I'm in Africa. I'm going to be here for a while. I ain't going to be back till November. So they had to take that order from me. The guy that's in Louisiana took that order from me. Then another guy, oh, gosh, I can't even remember where he was at. Shoot. Wherever he was at, he's like, nah, he was in some place. He wasn't here. So 3 orders this month. 3 orders this month got taken away from me. And guess what? They had to then turn around and get another notary, at least for 2 of them in those people's locations. Guess what? That's last minute. Now they got to scramble and find somebody. And this is what I want to do. I guarantee you. And I'm saying this as a true fact. I'm guaranteeing that you will be, for those of you who can come do the training, you will be squared away. You will be like, I can do this. Because here's the thing, since everybody says they're visual, I know that once you go through the gauntlet of what I'm going to put you through, you're going to be like, yeah, this is easy. Because I'm going to make it way harder than what it is. As I shared earlier, when you get training should be far more intense than what you will ever deal with, so that you can deal with everything that comes your way. And if something is as intense as the training was, it's no big deal, because, hey, I'm ready for it. But if you've never been trained to a high level, if you've never been challenged, then when things happen, you're going to be like, oh, man, I'm just falling apart. You're going to be like this tissue paper. You're just going to be like this tissue paper. Just easily torn apart. But regular copy paper, you just can't. I mean, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to tear that apart. But tissue paper, real simple and easy. And you're going to be strong. My goal is to make you strong. So, any questions, concerns about anything with this business, I would love to hear from y'all. My son said they went out to go look at the new Wolverine Wolverine movie. So hope they had fun. I'm just keeping an eye on them, making sure they get back home safe. So that's where we're at. So a lot of people are concerned about the mortgage industry. What's happening with it? Oh, hold on. So just a heads up to anybody with a MacBook, you cannot print dual tray on brother printers. You have to print separately. I learned the hard way. So saving y'all hundreds. Yes. And the reason is the issue is between Adobe and the Mac. From what I've been told in the research that I did, it's not with the brother printer. It's that Adobe and Mac ain't playing nice with each other. That's what I've been told. That the Adobe software that we use and Mac aren't playing nice with each other. It appears that it's brother printer, but it's actually the software between them two, because because if you think about it, the printer is sending it through. I mean, the computer is sending the whole printing process through what the software of Adobe Acrobat, and Adobe Acrobat is having some kind of issue recognizing that it can send this stuff letter and legal. If it can send it all legal, if it can send the legal and then it can send the letter separately, that means there's a hiccup in allowing it to send it one at a time, six pages letter, 18 pages legal. You see what I'm saying? So that's yeah. And if you get the Windows computer, you're right. And I got a video out there where I was talking about the software, which with the software, you actually have to download the actual brother driver. So when you go to the brother site, you because if you didn't go to the brother site, and might as well do this real quick. I always have a hard time. All right. So you got to do it capitalized. So at the brother site. So if I'm not mistaken, I think on here, yeah. So the first question would be, he's gonna be like, I don't know which OS you got, but I would assume I just do with the most recent. And apparently, you need to download this from here as the full package and go through the installation process. All the other drivers off, and then delete. Because even with Windows, if you don't download the brother printer drivers, you're going to have a problem. You have to download the brother printer drivers. Because with the printer, what you want, nope, I always do it the wrong way. When you click on printing preferences, this is what you want to see. You want to see that blue banner, at least on Windows. I don't know about Mac. You want to see this. If you don't see this, you don't have it installed right, and it ain't gonna work. I'm telling you. Okay, you got that good the render? Yeah, I remember we was working on that. I'm telling you, if you don't see that where it says brother dot dot dot, it ain't gonna work right. Because when you click on printer preferences, sometimes if it ain't installed right, it sort of looks plain like this. A little bit different, but it looks plain like this. It doesn't have that blue banner or none of that. So you want to get the right drivers, and where you go is to the brother's site for that. And then you type in the name of it, full and all of that. So yeah. And then once you do the full install, it'll load stuff up so that it'll automatically update. Well, it'll automatically let you know when there's an update for is the firmware, and then you run the firmware updates, and it'll keep your stuff running very, very well. So that's what you have to do. You have to do that. And my man Leo said, any best practices on file size for scan back compression? I use a Mac, but several of my scan backs are not uploading due to file size. So that means you got to change the setting in your scanner to like 200 DPI. You got to change. You got to drop the resolution down. A lot of people try to do 600 and 300. Drop it down to 200 DPI. They just want to see that it was scanned. That's all they want to see. So now I don't know if because some people are just like, you need to scan back in color, then that's going to push the size of the file up. And one of the things that you can simply do, and I did a video on this on my printers. Um, Let me pull this up and show you how close all this out. All right, so let me pull up a sample document here. Pull up a big one. It's sort of big. All right. So here's a document, 180 some pages, sample document that I got here. There's 180 some pages. What you can simply do, if you have the full version of Adobe, you can hit split. And you can say split by number of pages or file size. You can do one or the other. So if you have a scan back that is huge, that's like 20, 30 megabytes, you can split it up into smaller sizes. So let's say like SnapDocs, their file size limit is 20 megabytes. So then you could go in here and say, I want to, divide it up into file sizes of 15 megabytes a piece, and it would knock that out for you. And yeah, see, a lot of these here are small. There's nothing that huge. I don't have anything. Well, here's an example. All right, I don't know if y'all can see it, but like this binder 3 is 27 megabytes. And what I did was I split it and it put it as 11,000, 12,000, then 8,000 megabytes. So when you split it, you can set the size limit and it will do that. So that's how you go about doing it in Adobe if you have the full version. Hold on. What's going on now? Uh-oh. Don't see you no more. Yeah, just unmute your mic. You still up. Yeah, so thank you. I'll go look at that video. Yeah, it's in the printer playlist that I have. I can't remember the time, but I talk about it in there, and that's all you have to do. You can split it up that way. But that's the biggest problem that you have with what's the name? With Mac is that I believe it's the communication between them because remember the computer drivers is the thing that makes it all happen. And if the computer drivers ain't working, then it's over. What's going on now?
Hello.
Hey, let me turn my volume up so I can. And there she go again. So if you're a channel member, feel free to click on the link in the things and hop on if you got any questions and all of that. but yeah, that's what's going on. That is what's going on. And ironically enough, my brother printer scans are smaller. I can do a 200-page scan and it'll be like 100. I mean, it'll be like 12 megabytes. If I do it on my Raven, it'll be like 25, 30. And that's still at 200 DPI. All right, we got you.
Okay.
So what question you got for me?
No, my questions would be not necessarily questions. It'd just be, I remember I asked you about the paperwork, and I went back and looked at the video, and that was like very enlightening to me. Like that helped
Okay.
right there. Just keep telling me to go to the video.
Yeah, the video, and the reason why, because I can explain out, which I will, over the phone and all of that. But I know that the videos you can replay it over and over again, or if there's something that I said and you're like, "Hey, let me ask Grill," because I want people to to listen to it. Not that you said this, but other people are always telling me they're a visual learner. So I'm like, okay, if you're a visual learner, then look at the video and then watch the video and see what that says, because the goal is to get you into thinking, change the way you're thinking about this business. So as you see stuff and it's like, okay, now I'm starting to get it,
Yep.
then you have something to associate when you actually start getting documents, whether loan closings or anything else. So it's like, okay, yeah, so now I see what he's saying. And that's part of the reason why I'm trying to do, well, not trying, I'm gonna do the training the way I'm doing it is in depth, because a lot of people need to see it. And I'll be honest, I hold off on trying to do in-person training, because then when I do it, a lot of people are like, well, you need to do it virtual. And some of this stuff, it's like trying to go to boot camp. You can't do virtual boot camp in the military. You gotta be face to face and everything. And we got a new channel member there. Don't see your face, see who you are. Make sure you know about the creepy. Now, the reason why I let the members hop on, because I've had problems in the past where I put the hey, come up on live, and then there's some people doing some stuff they shouldn't have been doing. And I ain't spending that money for the green room, so I can try. I don't have a team of people to screen folks, so and all of that. So now, where are you located?
I'm in Tennessee. I'm in
Okay.
like 37 minutes away from Nashville.
So have you been out there doing any closings or any kind of notary work yet?
I have not yet, but
Why?
to it. I'm getting to the notary part. I got my seal and everything. I just gotta basically take the next step of doing a darn notary. That's it. Doing a stamp. That's it.
Okay, so are you signed up on any signing companies?
I'm not.
Why not?
No excuse. I need to get signed up. I will be a, what was it? Basically kind of like you were, because I work during the day, so I would want to do it in the evening, like the evening
Okay,
after hour notary.
okay. So what you have to do then is go ahead on and sign up for the signing companies. Get all your information together. Basically, going to want your, you know, SnapDot's going to want your driver's license. They're going to want your notary commission. Um, they can pull the NNA stuff and all of that. So that whatever they ask for, you give it to them, upload it into the thing, and it can take 3 to 4 days, maybe a little bit longer for SnapDots to go through and verify everything. And when the order comes through, you just, if you are available, you hit the thing saying I'm available. If you're not, you're not.
Okay,
Um, it's hard to say. I mean, it's hard to get the orders at night, because that depends on when the people who want to sign the papers want to sign them.
got you.
So like I was surprised to see something on a Sunday. I got two on a Sunday. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll take them. So I'm still waiting for the person for the other one to call me. His time is TBD. So I'm gonna try to get him done at 8 in the morning before I roll out for my 2 hour drive, or later that afternoon. And see, since it's on a Sunday, I'm like, well, I'll just get with him like at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock if I have to, and everything. So that's it. So what you have to do now is just go ahead on and sign up
Okay,
for the thing.
For
That's what
snap.
you're gonna have to do.
Okay.
Right. You just
That,
got to get out there and do that, and you'll be good to go. And just go ahead on and give it a shot and just go for it.
I will do that. Now, with your in-person classes, like you'll be letting us know like when you choose to have one at a later date or
Yeah, and what I've been asking people is to tell me what time frame do they look at, because what I found is that I can sit there and say, "Hey, I'm gonna do it this time, and this date and that date," and then people are like, "Oh, I'm busy here. I got the kids. This, I'm doing that. I'm going to the Bahamas or whatever." So it's like, okay, when are you available? Because keep in mind, a lot of people and a lot of us's like to hit them cruises, like to go, and now you got going into school time and then the holidays. So a lot of people do want training and they want to do stuff like, but then they're like, oh, but I got all of these other things. So, and I'm not trying to say don't do those things and come hang out with me. So I'm like, okay, I need to be flexible to accommodate. That's why I said if I have to do training with just one person, I've done that, then I do it for one person. I'm like, okay, we'll just kick it together. But I need to get an idea of where you feel your schedule is, so that it's not, because again, no, people don't understand this notary business, and they're like, oh, so you're not gonna go out and hang out with us just to go kick it with some Uncle Griff dude? He's like, people don't get it. So that's why I'm like, tell me what your schedule is, and I'll try to work around that and figure something out for you. And I've done that. But when I was doing it before, I was doing it on Saturdays. I was doing 2 sessions on Saturdays and one on Sundays.
got you.
And so yeah. So oh yeah. And Leo, yeah, the compression sometimes works. The compression for the scan bag, Adobe scan, it will sometimes work, and then sometimes it won't. And sometimes it'll be like we can't compress it anymore than what it is. And I've even used other programs out there online, and sometimes it just won't compress. And the companies are okay with us splitting the documents up into multiple files. They'll just put them back together once they get them. They just need them. So there's no thing of, oh, you send us, 5. As long as it's not individual JPEG pictures that people are doing with their phones, they're okay. They're okay. Got to be PDF, and they want, maybe 3 or 4 different file sizes. All right. So that sounds like you're doing good. So if you need any help, hit me up. But now it's just about you just getting out there and doing your thing. Just giving it a shot and not being afraid.
Am I the only one on here? I feel funny.
Mm-mm. You don't want to hop up here and stuff. So any other questions and stuff, you can hop back in the audience, with the rest of the people.
All
But I
right.
appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. Y'all keep I say nuggets, throwing them nuggets.
Hey, that's what it's all about, to help y'all get to where you need to be, and we all gonna get there, little by little, one way or the other. We gonna get there. So
And
I appreciate it.
I'll reach back out as far as that training.
Okay,
Okay.
sounds good.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, no problem. Appreciate her hopping on. So let me go back in here. So okay, so it's, yes, finally got it. Okay, we got that. Yeah, the compression. I've done the compression many, many, many times. Many times. All right. Leo, how many times have you done this year? Working full-time job. Probably done a lot. Yeah, yeah, he was asking why she ain't got started yet. I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her going. I'm gonna get her going, Giant. I am. I'm gonna get her going, man. I will. I'm gonna get her going and stuff. But that's really what it's about. And I get that there's apprehension. Now, I'll be honest, I wasn't as nervous and scared because of my background with business and all of that, plus my personality. But I do get it and I do understand. And that's why I'm trying to find ways to encourage, poke. prod and just like get out there. So that's why, people, there's today or even earlier today, the young lady called me while I was in a signing and asked if people can I take the call. They were like, yeah. And she was having a problem on signing order. She hadn't done signing order that much, and she was trying to figure out how to upload documents from her phone in signing order. She knew how to do it from the desktop, but she couldn't figure it out on the phone. So I was like, no problem. So I told her what to do. Took about maybe 5 minutes, and she was off and running. You know, um, that's what I do, and that's what people need to move forward. And I'm like, and I'm not going to charge somebody, call me, hey, I ain't here, hey, hit my cash app, and then I give you the answer. No, if you need help, text me, email me. Really, I got to get better at checking my emails, but that's what it's all about. Because I'm telling you, you can do this business. You can do this business. I'm happy. I like the way I'm doing things. And there's other people, they don't like the ripping and running. They don't like doing 6 signings in a day. They don't like go, print, scan, come back, this, that, and they don't like that. And then for some people, logistically, they can't do it. And I get that. That's the beauty of this business. You roll the way you can roll. And there are people out here who are doing stuff that I wish I could do and making great money doing it, but I'm just not in a position to do it. I don't get upset or jealous about it. I recognize what my limitations are and I maximize my opportunities. And that's what I want for y'all. So you got to do some self reflection. Okay. I'm limited here. I know nobody's going to drive an hour and 40 some minutes to go do that closing on Saturday. I mean, on Sunday. I will. And guess what that does? It makes me look real good to this company because they send out a lot of work and I do a lot of work for them. So I'm like, what would it hurt? Because if they actually going to pay a higher fee to go way, when I saw the, I was like, oh snap! Now they finally getting it. They got to pay people to go 2 hours over there. Okay, no problem. And what's even crazy, I got to bring a table because the people was telling me, oh, we don't, we at a campground. I'm like, okay, at a campground. And they was like, yeah, and we can't, well, we could bring you into the campground, but we have to pay for a visitor's pass. So I don't want y'all doing that. I said, don't worry. I said, y'all meet me at the gate. Y'all bring chairs, bring your own chairs, and I'll have the table. And I got various types of tables that I can use. And since I got the SUV, I'll do that, and I'll throw it in there. And I'm look, they upgraded me to a Cadillac SUV. Thing is nice. Got to fill up with gas a lot with all the driving I do, and it feels like everybody keep looking at me like, oh, why he in a Cadillac, and I'm sitting here like I'm just to me it's just a regular car, and I'm sitting here like, okay, everybody's staring. And then when I'm leaving people's house, they like, oh, you in a caddy? Oh, what kind of money you making as a notary? So but it's a very, very, very comfortable and smooth riding car. A lot of power to it. So got 3 row seats. So I'm gonna lay it down and put the table in there and go up there and do it. So it's gonna be a nice little drive on a Sunday. I wish my wife could go with me, but she has training that she's doing on Sunday with her students. So we are a training family. We be training people all the time. So that's what it's about. Now, hold on one brief moment, y'all. I want to show y'all something that I dealt with today. I gotta show y'all this, and I gotta try to see if I can. Okay, first I gotta find the order that I did because I forgot which order was it. What was those people's names? Okay, I know who they were. Got it. Just clicked in. All right, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Oh, need to refresh. Forgot to log in. So, any questions, any concerns, any thoughts about this business? Something that you're trying to figure out? something that you may think that you can do, that can help you in your business, anything that you've learned. I hear it is. Okay, it's with that company. Anything that you've learned. I'm constantly learning that, like today with this Patriot Act thing that I had, it took them like 2 hours to get back to me with an answer. And I was like, okay, we finally figured it out, but it did take, it took 2 hours for me to get an answer, and that was not good at all. So, I mean, but we figured it out. I figured it out, and got it going, but it was not a pleasant thing. All right, where is that daggone thing? Where is it? Ah, here it is. All right. All right. So let me copy this and create a new file. And hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Oops. That is not what I wanted. Create. Here we go. All right. Hold on 1 second. Let me edit this real quick. Hold on 1 second. And being full time would not stop me only sly. Oh, it is chance. I've learned today how to take control of the. Oh yeah, that's a huge one. That is a huge one. That is a huge one. I've always talked about learning how to read the room, checking the room out, making sure you understand who the power players are and all of that. One of the things I had to learn is that person really messing with me, or they just joking around? Are they really like this, or are they just sort of, just pulling my leg? Because I've come across a couple of people who will sit there and give me a hard time, and just to mess with me and everything. Because I guess they see how serious I am, and I guess to lighten it up, they'll sort of poke at me, and and all that kind of stuff. So I appreciate that. All right, so I think I got it straight. I think I got it straight. I'm just making sure ain't nobody stuff there. Ain't nobody stuff there. All right, so this one threw me off. And I guarantee one of y'all gonna be like, "Oh, I know what that. I understand that." It took me a minute. Okay, so let me bring this up. Double check it again. Make sure ain't nobody's personal information. But they just had their name on there, just making sure I didn't miss and all of that. Okay, and then that's instructions. All right. Oops. Here we go. So this is now, it reminds me of a Patriot Act, but they called it a customer identification program checklist application and closing slash settlement. So what they was asking for in here was, to verify. Now it had first primary document and second, and this is for one person. Because at first I was like, oh, okay, this is for two people. Now, like, no, this is for one person. This is for one person. Okay, one. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, how are we gonna make this thing work? So I wasn't sure how they wanted to do this, because I had never been told to have two primary. Okay, never been told to have two primary forms of ID and stuff. So I was like, hmm, that's interesting. And then it was asking for a secondary form. I was like, what the heck we do here? So I know a lot of times they don't want us to use military. Fortunately, they did have their passports. I used the driver's license and passport, but I had to figure this out on the fly because at first I was like, okay, primary, okay, I got that. And when I was looking at the instruction, I was like, okay, review the application. I didn't see anything that said it shouldn't be, except for when I went down here, it was saying in person, face to face, they want this form and one primary for all individuals, or number two, or I guess two secondary documentation. So that's this here. So it's like one primary, but then one secondary. And I was like, okay, but I didn't see anything about the second primary. So I was like, okay, I'm confused now. So I can do customer this and one primary documentation for all individuals, or two secondary documentation for all of them, plus this or that. And I was like, okay, I'm confused. I'm tired. I ain't got time to figure this out. So I sent a message. So we ended up calling somebody, sending a message to the signing company. And like I said, that was at whatever, like one something. And like 2 hours later, I get a response back saying, yeah, two forms of ID. And I even took a picture of it and uploaded it for them to look at and said, I've never seen first primary, second primary. And I don't think they really understood what I was trying to communicate. So they just sort of said, yeah, two forms of ID. Well, we wound up having three. And I got pictures of all three: the driver license, the passport, and the social security. I got pictures of all of that and submitted it. So shouldn't be a problem. But this is something that, as the phrase go, I've never seen this before. What what do I always say my two rules of notarizations are? You're only dealing with the people in front of you, and you give the document what it's asking for. What is this document asking for? That's all I was saying here. I know who it's for him, for her, but what is this document asking me for, and how do I give it to it? That's what you got to figure out. And when you can have that as your point of reference in your mind on a consistent basis, you'll be successful with this business, because you will see a document and you're like, what is it asking for? It's asking for this. Who is it asking? Who's here that should fill this out? He is, she is, they are. What needs to go there? And that's how you deal with it. Do this. So let me pull this up. Any questions about that? Any questions that you have about that? Let me remove that so y'all can see this better. Now, on the flip side, what up, Greg? AML compliance. Yeah, anti-money laundering, that one. Now, here's the other side of it. What prepared me for something like this was this document right here. This one prepared me for it to a certain degree. Now, this is all fake information. There's nobody named Philip Griffin. That's my last name. Fake, all that. All that's fake information. But seeing this type of form where it's asking for all of this, that, and the other, guess what? This is a reverse mortgage. When I saw that form, it made me think, when I saw this, it made me think of the reverse mortgage that I had seen. And I was like, okay, got it. Like it says here, two forms of ID from primary list, or one form from primary and one form for secondary. So that was the thought that I had in my mind. I was like, okay, this is might be okay. Maybe it is something like that. And that's the approach that I took. So for those of you who are always talking about you don't like reverse mortgages, that reverse mortgage actually put me in the mindset of being able to address that. Now, you say, well, Griff, if you had confidence that you could fill that out and you sort of understood it after you looked at it a little bit, why did you call somebody to cover my butt? So that nobody can't say that, because if somebody came back, oh no, that ain't what we wanted. Oh, you should have called us. I called you and I sent a message and I didn't hear anything back for 2 hours. I was on my way to my next closing. And I'm like, okay, it's done. I ain't even respond back. This is a part of the business, y'all. There will be times that you're going to ask for help and nobody's going to pick up the phone, respond to your text, respond to your email. You just got to figure it out. And after trying to call them or contact them, I said, you know what? Let's call the title company. Then the title company was taking for a long time. They were taking 3-4 minutes. And I'm like, okay, we're on a hold. And I'm like, okay, what's the deal? And they never got back. And once they gave me, we found our passports, I said, you can hang up. And went on about my business. So doing other closings and just doing closings in general can help you deal with some very, very quirky situations and stuff like that. But yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Greg, about the anti-money laundering. And I believe that's what it is. You know, they just had a name different, the format was different. But again, what do you do? What does the document want? And how do I give it to it? What needs to happen in order to give the document, in order to feed the document the information that it wants? So I always take the attitude and the thought process. They want this filled out. They want it signed. They want it checked. They want it initialed. And if anybody has any doubt, then let's get somebody on the phone. Let's and call and ask. And that's what happened today with my first signing of the day. There was like there was a form in there for the VA, and they was like, do we check this? Do we initial? Do we what do we? Don't seem like we do anything. The guy, the loan officer was there. He was like, and he reached out, and they was like, oh yeah, initial, just initial both of those, saying that you saw them. So they had to initial both of them, and they had to sign the document. Okay, they went and did it. That's why it's okay to ask questions and to inquire and to say, hey, what? I'm a little confused on how this works. There's nothing wrong with doing that. It doesn't mean that you're dumb, non-smart, touched, or whatever. It just means you're trying to be astute and careful about getting this stuff done correctly. That's really what it boils down to. Um, Dorinda says, I've learned over time a firm, having a firm knowledge of how firm, I know she's saying firm knowledge of how to notarize properly, firm foundation based facts, not hype, being timely and communication is important. Yeah. So even with my 6 closings thing, I was running late and I had to keep in contact with people, make sure I let everybody know. Trying to sometimes tell the signing company don't work because they don't respond. But I keep in touch with the signers. Hey, I'm on my way. Text them. I'm on my way. I'm 10 minutes out, pulling around the corner. I'm right here at your door. I'm in your driveway. I got your mail out the box. Now I ain't messing, with nobody. Mail. But I make sure I let them know what the heck is going on. Is there anyone in the Richmond area having signing slow down for you? I went from 5 a day to 1 for the last week and a half. Basically, no notifications and nothing, even on signing order, job order. Yeah. So what could be happening there? And yeah, I gotta wash my hair. I've been sweating and all of that. So that's why I keep scratching my head, y'all. And sometimes it's that thing, when you're a little baby, babies scratch their head when they tired and stuff. But what it could be is that now you're down at the end of the month and there's no closings at all for the end part for the rest of this month. It could be some stuff that pops up To be honest, I can't think of anything because you pretty much at the end. So they might not just had anything going down. They had a lot going down here, a whole lot. Um, but it also, it all depends on your area. So they may not have had anything really, really popping in your area for the end part of the month. Because at the beginning part of the month, I only did 8 at the first, that first week, and then it went from 8 to 18, 22, 21, now 13. So, and 13 is in a short period of time, 4 days, which to me is really, really good. Um, I don't think for the week, this upcoming week, I'm at 14 because I already got an order for that 2nd of August. And then I got something I think for the 5th. So that can happen for certain companies that, okay, we done, we got all of our stuff in. We done. There's nothing else, and that's how it flows, unfortunately, and stuff. So that's it. So, are there any other questions, concern, thoughts? Again, I'm always getting my stuff mixed up. All right, here we go. So I put the links in the description. I'll put them in the pinned comments. I mean, I put the links in the chat and I put them in the pinned comments. I'll make a community post, um, and everything. So if anybody's interested in training, love to have you. If you go to griffintnotary.com/training, go there, you'll see. Oh, my bad. Let me make this bigger. There we go. You'll see that. And then all you got to do is click and join, and then we'll get you taken care of. You come, it starts at 10 in the morning. I am normally an 8 in the morning type of trainer, but I've been told to stop that. I've been just straight up told, they said, stop. No early morning training, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I was like, okay. So I gave in, and from 10 till 3, we're going to get together and help you to get to where you need to be. Okay, that's the goal. That's the goal, to help you get to where you need to be. If you can come, whatever, if you're in the Maryland area, Delaware, Jersey, whatever. I know people came from Texas and Ohio with the other training that I was doing. So I was very appreciative of that. But nonetheless, you come, you're gonna be taken care of, and you're gonna learn what you need to learn. And when you leave, you're going to be ready to go do some stuff. The whole goal is to eradicate that fear that is within you. And the only way that I can think of to eradicate it is to get you in front of me and challenge you to challenge it. I'm here to support you in kicking fear out of you, because I can't kick it out of you. I can just present you the opportunity, say, you know what, let me face this fear and get this thing out of me. And you already know that when you have fear removed from your life, there ain't nothing you can't accomplish. You know that. And I'm happy for you. So, let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, I saw that, man. Greg Loretta's here. Oh, my man said, how do you handle a signing with the power of attorney? Okay, that's, oh man. Oh man, that was the first one I did today. That was the first one. But not on, it should be on every document. The power of attorney for the person who's not there, that signature has to be on every document for that person to sign. So, case in point, matter of fact, I think I can show you. Griff always got something going now. Always got something going now. So let me do it this way. Let me do it this way. it simple. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hold on. All right, here we go. Let me do this for y'all real quick. Y'all are like this. All right. All right. And then let me update this here. I'm going to show y'all something. This is going to help you out tremendously. And then copy this and put that here and here. All right. Okay, got it. All right, so here we go. All right. So I got to zoom this in a little bit. All right. So what we got going on here, let me take this banner down real quick. All right. So what we got going on here, there's various different ways with the attorney effect. Okay. So today they wanted them to sign it. I just made these names up. Sarah Ray Williams as attorney in fact on behalf of Carlos Michael Williams. Now, what I do is I type this out for them in three different ways, all the way across, two rows, and three rows. Okay. The reason why is because I want them to understand that they can sign it in any one of those formats. Because depending on how the person writes, if they write real big, doing it this way may not be best. They might have to do it like this. They might have to do double stack it or triple stack it. And I showed them that you can start a little bit higher above the signature line. Just don't take the signature below it. They don't want it to go below the signature line. So in other words, if this is the signature line, they want everything to stay above it. They don't want, part of the signature up there and then the other part below it. They don't want that. Okay. So they want everything at this, on the signature line. That's what they want. Then when it comes to initials, it's typically that person's name, AIF for attorney in fact, CMW. Okay. Either side by side like that, or you can stack it on top of each other depending on how it is. And what was strange was this. The strange thing about it was this part here. Attorney in fact on behalf of. Normally, the normal way that I've seen power attorneys is like this. It's normally Carlos Michael Williams by Sarah Ray Williams, attorney in fact. It's normally just like that. Michael Carlos Williams by so and so, attorney in fact, or sometimes they may say as attorney in fact, or as his attorney in fact, or his slash her attorney in fact. That's what I normally see. This was weird, and even the loan officers are like, wait a minute, this is because this was a lot more for her to write um out. So you're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So maybe two less. But it was just a lot, because I've never seen this on behalf of. But again, some attorney probably wrote it. That might have been their state guidelines or whatever. So that's what the weird part for me was, Greg. Claude. That's what the weird part was. It was this here as attorney of fact on behalf of. Because then I was concerned about the initials. I was like, because they didn't give me directions, I didn't have time to check, so I just sort of went off of experience. So I was like, is it supposed to be SRWAIF on behalf of OB? Yeah, OBOCMW. I didn't know. I was like, I don't know if it's supposed to be that on behalf of. So I just went where I said, I doubt that. So I went with that. I scanned it back. Nobody said anything. So I guess everything is cool. Um, but that was the weird part. That was what was weird for me on this here attorney in fact. But wherever this guy signs, she had to sign that way, even if it didn't have the name, even if it didn't have the verbiage of the attorney in fact, still had to sign it. Still had to sign that way, even in the smallest spaces that are on those tax forms. That's why you get those extra fine point pens so that people can write in those little crevices and stuff. That's what you had to do. And we got through it. Everything was good with the closing. Nobody complained. I was like, all right, bet. I did what I had to do. We're solid. And that was it. So yeah, that was the problem that I had today because I was like, okay, that is weird. And she was worn out. She was tired, physically tired after doing all those pages and everything. And the crazy part is her husband was coming home today, later tonight, and she was like, "Can't why we couldn't wait it just like another 24 hours and do it on a Saturday, and then he would have been there." They was like, "Nope, got to do it today." So got in there and did that. Met a nice lady there at the loan office. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna send him my digital card and everything. So met a real nice lady there. She wants to learn more about signing agents, so I'm gonna be getting with her. And it said you've been doing this for 5 months and now approaching 200 signings. That is excellent. That is very, very good. You got out there and you did it and you're making it happen. So that is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And that's what it's all about. So I'm very, very happy for you that you're out there doing it. We all got different things and everybody is held up by different stuff. Now it's time for you to put together a plan to just get out there. That's the best way I can say it. You got me to help you, and I know there's other people out here who will help you. So sometimes you just got to give it a shot, go for it, and see what happens. Learn to the best of your ability. Make sure you at least know how to do the notarizations correct, and then you'll be fine. You will be 100% fine if you could just get the documents notarized properly. Don't miss any signatures. Don't miss any notarization. Dates or initials. For them, you're fine because at the end of the day, that's what they want. They want those signatures. That's why I got to go get these two tomorrow. I'm like, man, I messed that up. So I'm ticked at myself that I missed that. I can't even begin to think of how I missed it, but I missed it, and more than likely those pages were stuck to something maybe under a paper clip or what have you. It happens. And when I looked at them, I was like, okay, that's the last page of a stack. So it probably got stuck together, and I didn't realize it. Yeah, yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. As they've been driving. Yep, same here. That's why I got that daggone Cadillac. Man, that thing takes some gas. I had to put 45 in there today, and that was at 301 a gallon. Because when I ride big SUVs, I make sure that I do fill it up at a half a tank, and I've been popping a half a tank a day. To be honest with you. maybe every other day, but primarily every day with all the driving I'm doing. So that happens. And tomorrow, I'm full right now. Tomorrow, after I do them two signings, I'm gonna hit my Walmart delivery driving. I'm gonna be burning some gas tomorrow. And I have the thing of when I do my delivery driving, I leave the car running. Um, and I hop out, go do my thing. I back up into the people's driveway. Fortunately, with the Cadillac, I can lock the door, so I can hop out, lock the door, grab my stuff, and I keep it going. So I don't off and on the car. I don't do that. Pull up, turn it off, run over there, turn it back on. No, no, no. That wears your starter out and everything. So I just keep it going, and I hit the road. You need a plan. Hertz if you have AAA. If you have AAA, you get some good rates. Enterprise doesn't do any kind of discount rates. So either you got the money or you don't. Um, I always compare the prices, and you want to find out what their extension policy is. So, like with Hertz, I rent 1 month, then I extend it another month, and then I redo the contract after 2 months. You can also, if you sign up for like the presidents, their members, you can get put into the president's club once you rent a whole lot, and you can use points to get you know, discounts off of your rental. So I do that from time to time. Matter of fact, I got to see how many I have so I can do the same for maybe next month or the month after. So I know I went 3, 4 months with just paying like $500 on the car because I had 2 weeks free and I had enough points to do it for like 3 months or maybe four. So that's the thing. Um, so you say orders are now coming for August. Yep, same here. I got a couple already in August. And the people they're planning out. So that's why I say it's all about availability. Also for anybody who's working full time and trying to do it, let them know that you're available in the evenings. Give them some idea on your logistics. So back to the logistics with Greg. I mean, I keep saying Greg. With Claude, you can say in your let's say here's what I would do. Honestly, this is what I would do. I would actually say, okay, available from 4 p.m. till 10 p.m. More than likely, you're not going to get asked to do 10 p.m. But I would just say that just so they have a little wider thing. Available from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. nightly, to do, home, loan closings and other notary work. I would also indicate how I would go about getting the documents shipped out the very next day because at 4 o'clock you might not be able to get the documents out. But I would because you can't get the documents out if you're meeting them at 4 because of FedEx or UPS. What you then do in your profile is communicate that I will scan back, that you will do a scan back so that they can get funding done. And a lot of companies are now at a point where, oh, we just need the document scanned and we can get it funded and then just ship the original so we can have it for compliance. Let them know that in your profile that you will scan the document so that they can get funding approved. And that right there is very comforting to a lot of those signing companies is that okay, now I know I got somebody who's not afraid to scan. That's what you want, and that's how you want to portray yourself. So you want to portray yourself, as I always keep saying, as a problem solver. And to do that, this is where you got to shift your mindset and the way you're thinking is like, okay, I don't want to just think about I'm gonna get me money, get me money, get me money. What solutions can I fix for you that you'll be gladly to pay me today on some money, or even if it is next week, but you'll be glad to pay me for solving problems. So I need to figure out what the problems you have and come up with a solution to them. And you got to get your mind going in that direction. Right now, a lot of people's mind is, okay, where can I make some money? Who gonna pay me? How much I can get them to pay me? Think about what problems can you solve for them, because if you can solve a problem for them, they will be more than happy to pay you. People who solve you the problem of having a gas station close to your neighborhood, they get you to give them, even though it may be more. For some people, convenience is worth the 30-cent difference in price. So you be that 36 difference in price for somebody and be convenient for them, they'll be like, we got you all day. So that's really where it's at. All right, party people. Okay. You got 5 signings. Great, great, great. And yes, things are picking up. Things are picking up. All right, party people. I'm done. I'm gonna print my documents for tomorrow. I'm scratching my head like a little baby who's ready to go to sleep. Oh man. So yeah, I don't even know. Hold up. What do I gotta do tomorrow? Hold on one second. I need to see because I think it's a yeah, that's what I thought. Loan modification. Oh, just a little more than 40 pages. All right. Oh yeah, that's right. They're doing it's a hybrid. They've already e-signed. Okay, so basically a little more than 40 pages. 42 pages to be exact. 42 pages. 42 pages. All right, I'll knock that out. That ain't gonna take long. Then go get that lady to sign her 2 pages that I missed, and we good to go. So I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I am pumped. So knock that out and everything. All right, y'all. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get some sleep. I'm serious. That's probably why I'm scratching my head. I've been scratching my head a lot this week because I've been tired. And y'all know how it is when you tired, certain parts of your body be itching and stuff, you like scratching. And it's a comfort thing. It's like, oh man. And y'all notice as the more I've been scratching my head, the sleepier I've been getting. Oh man, oh man, oh man. All right. And I'm just sitting here looking at my security cameras. I got to go outside too and wipe all these spider webs off. They like that ultraviolet light because it tracks bugs. So, all right. Y'all have a good one. If you got any other questions or anything you need help with, let me know. But again, I'm excited about the training. I hope you are too. If you can be there, you're gonna get right where you're gonna. I'm gonna get you right, and you. I promise you, you're gonna be ready to move in this business full force. All right. Oh, hold on. All right. In Florida, we have only seen offers from Unlimited Inc. They are picky white glove service. I have signed up with several signing service only to get a couple of months ago from companies. Any ideas? Okay. Okay. Yeah, this white glove service. Oh, I don't like that term. And I get it, this is where I talk about signing companies have made promises to their clients, the title companies, that we independent contractors are going to perform in such and such way. And we're just there to get the daggone documents signed. And I know a lot of people don't like hearing me talk that way. They don't like that kind of talk of, no, we want you to do more. But again, 22,000 signing title companies, various different ways they do documents. It's a little hard for me to just, let me just focus on making sure I get these documents straight. Um, I know they want you to pay for their training with unlimited ink and everything. Okay, I see you, Terry. Let me bring Terry up.
I'm at work.
I know they want you to pay for their training and all of that. But my question is it necessary? And this isn't just toward unlimited ink. This is for any company. My concern is when people attach you taking my training to me giving you work. And when you look at what we're supposed to do as notaries, it's like, what again, I've asked the question over and over again. How many trainings do I need to take in order for you to be comfortable with me? Because I can take their training, but then I go to another signing company and they like, well, their training ain't good enough. You need to take this training. And then I take that training, then a third signing company said, well, no, that ain't good enough. So my question then becomes, what is the limit? What makes me the perfect signing agent? Okay, use their term. What makes me the right person for the job? That's the question. And how do I get there? Because you want me to take your training, they want me to take theirs. All of this stuff is costing me money, and still nobody's giving me work. How is this helping me? How is this giving me the opportunity? So if I don't take your training, you don't give me any work. I take your training, and then you're like, oh well, you haven't done enough. Which one is it? That so that's why I'm like, okay, so when you look at it, what do I need to be able to do when I sit at the table with anybody, whether it's a apostille, estate planning, you name it, if there's a notarial certificate, what is my job to do? Fill that thing out properly. Okay, what is filling it out properly? Okay, it's doing this, this, and that, and not this and not that. Okay, can I do that? Am I competent to do that? Yes, I am. But you're not. We need somebody who's going to talk about the documents and explain and go over just in case that person doesn't know how or doesn't know where or haven't been informed. When did that become my concern? And I mean, it is my concern because if you don't feel comfortable signing something, you're not sure, then I should not be interjecting myself to convince you to do it and to comfort you and to make you feel good about it. That's not what the role of a notary is. The guy 2 nights ago, I was like, okay. I called him 2 nights ago, and for yesterday's appointment, he was like, I ain't signing nothing. Nobody ain't coming over here because I ain't heard nothing. I ain't seen no final numbers, this, that, and the other. Then I show up. He called me back, said, okay, yeah, we good to go for you to come. Came over there yesterday. First thing I asked him, once I get the IDs and everything, after I got the IDs and everything, I said, I meant to ask him before because I sort of forgot. But then I started remembering, like, oh yeah, this the guy that was real upset. And I said, okay, sir, before we get started, go ahead. Do you have any questions or concerns? He was like, no, I'm good now. I said, you sure and you're confident in what you're signing? He said, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Terry. I was getting ready. What? I'm running my mouth. He said, yeah, I'm good. I said, because you had some concerns the other night. He said, everything's good. Okay. We went on and did it. So I don't know what I mean, that's the part that's frustrating because on one end, people saying work direct, but then there's not a whole lot of work coming from the directs. Then when you try to get with the signing companies, there's all of these roadblocks and all of these other things. And it's like, okay, how do I make money if you want this? Oh, let me use my toes. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I got all of this and I'm inundated with all of this stuff just to do a notarization. Well, no, we got to give them this service. We got to make this thing, ping. We got to make it spectacular for them. We got to show them that, oh, because we don't want the deal to go. Again, why am I there? When did I become the person to save the closing? Why is it so important for me? Because I'm going to say this and then get out of here. The whole getting an assignment process is simply this, and I probably have to do a separate video about this, or maybe just clip this one. The getting an order process is this: notification comes in, you respond to the notification, they select you for that order. Prior to that notification coming in, there have been discussions for at least 2 months, maybe a month, but at least 2 months with a human being that wants to buy, sell, or refinance a property. And when I say refinance, I'm throwing reverse mortgage and any kind of thing where it's with an existing mortgage, some type of loan product with an existing mortgage. So one of those three things is happening with somebody, and there's some entities that are talking to that person, and that person is talking to those entities. At no time during that process, those 4 months or 2 months prior to this notification coming out and me accepting it and then get me saying I'm available and then getting assigned it or accepting it depending on the platform, did anybody talk to me about what was going on there? No one included me in there. Well, of course they didn't include you, Griff. They don't know that you exist. They don't know who's going to get the order. Okay. So you pick some random notary to do this order. After I get assigned, all I get is the person's name, this, that, and the other, and told to do one thing and one thing only: confirm the order and introduce yourself. At no time is the notary expected to sit there and then dig into the history of the transaction with these people. I'm not supposed to go investigate, check, qualify, verify anything. I'm supposed to just make sure that you are who you say you are. And when I say all of that about checking, verifying, all that, I'm talking about for as what went on with their loan. That is not my job. The only thing I do is say, hey, you need to have a valid ID, this, that, and the other. Boom. And some other little small things. Then the closing comes time for the closing. A couple of days before, or maybe the same day, I get the documents. Mind you, if I got it, let's just say today is the 26th, and the closing isn't until the 5th. Well, that's over a week away. During that time, there's no communication with me from anybody about what's going on, about what the loan is, how it's formatted, what's the ups and downs, nothing. I meet with the people and they have concerns and questions about stuff that I know nothing about. And again, my question is, who is training notaries to the fullest extent to be able to deal with all issues concerning loan documents? And see, even with what I'm going to be doing, it's not going to train you. It's just causing you to get in the right mindset. And my default answer is call the title company. Because if you say this, you say something the wrong way, it could be construed as unauthorized practice of law. Even if you're not trying to give somebody advice, but if you just answer their question a certain way and you don't realize there's some backstory to it and there's something underhanded, you could be quote unquote confirming something for them that they've made up in their mind and that's nowhere near the truth. And then they're like, well, the notary agreed with me. I don't want to be in that situation. So how do I not be in that situation and stay legal and compliant in accordance with the law? That's what we have to ask ourselves. And until you do, you're going to be tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine, like they say in the church. You're going to be tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine. And that is exactly what's happening because your foundation of this business is built on sand. It's not built on anything firm or solid. And when the waves of confusion and the waves that do it this way and that way come in, it washes away that sandy foundation, and all of what you have and what you believed in falls apart. That is what has happened to you. And I don't know any other way to say it except that way. So, with that being said, y'all have a good evening. Give me your thoughts in the comment section. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Talk to y'all later. Peace.